All right, fifth grade, lesson 102, subtracting decimal numbers using zeros. Now you've already learned and done many practice problems on subtracting decimal numbers. The only thing we're adding that's different today is sometimes when you get a decimal number, it's going to have a space here that's empty. And so all we're doing with that space, if I have 0.4 minus 0.23, is I'm just adding a zero in there. It makes it a little bit easier to compute. So, and then you just do your regular subtraction. I'm going to start by putting my decimal number at the bottom there so that I don't forget about it, and the zero here. And then borrow, that turns into a 3, that becomes a 10, and that gives me 7. All right, so my answer there would be 0.17. All right, here's an example. Brand X computer completed a task in 0.4 seconds. A brand Y computer completed the same task in 0.231 fewer seconds. What length of time did the brand Y computer take to complete the task? So this is a subtraction problem here. So I have 0.4, and I need to figure out what is 0.231 fewer than that. So then I subtract 0.231. Now you can see I have 2 empty spaces along here. So what I'm going to do with those spaces is I'm just going to add zeros there because we know that it doesn't affect the value. And then I just do my normal subtraction problem. Go ahead and try it. So the first thing you need to do is you change that 4 into a 3. And then you borrow, this becomes a 10. But then you have to borrow one more time. So that's actually going to become a 9. And this becomes a 10. Now that makes it a little bit easier to do your problem. That's 9, it's 6, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So 0.169 seconds. That's the speed of the brand Y computer. All right, example 2. A pedometer measures the distance a person has walked. Nowadays, we just have smartwatches and things like that. But way back, like when I was your age, these weren't a thing. So people would wear something on their hip, and that would track how many steps that they took. So anyways, Jaina is walking 3 kilometers to Rochelle's house. While waiting at a crosswalk, Jaina notices that her pedometer reads 1.23 kilometers. What distance does Jaina still need to walk to arrive at Rochelle's house? So Rochelle lives 3 kilometers away. And so far she's walked 1.23. So we need to find how much more distance does she need to walk. So I have 3 and I have 1.23. Now you'll notice again, this time, got the whole numbers lined up. Just add a decimal and 2 more zeros, because 3.00 is the same value as just 3. And then it's a little bit easier to do your subtraction problem. You can go ahead and try it on your own. Once again, I need to borrow twice here. Borrow once from the 3, that becomes a 2, that becomes a 10, but I need to borrow from that 10. So that's going to become a 9, and this then becomes a 10. Now I can do my subtraction problem. 10 minus 3 is 7, 9 minus 2 is 7, 2 minus 1 is 1. So, and then look for your label, kilometers. 1.77 kilometers is the distance that she still needs to walk to arrive at Rochelle's house. All right, example 3. In 2004, the land area of Laredo, Texas was 83.44 square miles. In 1993, the land area was 44 square miles. Between 1993 and 2004, the city of Laredo added about how many square miles? So it goes from 44 square miles, and then we have 83 square miles. So how much did it add, it's saying? Be careful, that doesn't mean I'm adding. I need to find the difference to see how much it changed. So I have 83 0.44. Then I'm going to line it up with 44. And then I can do my subtraction problem. All right. I add my decimal point and my zeros, and then away I can go. So 4 minus 0 is 4, 4 minus 0 is 4. Drop down the decimal point, and then I need to borrow. It becomes a 7, that becomes a 13. 13 minus 4 is 9, 7 minus 4 is 3. So 39.44 miles squared, or you could write square miles would be how much it grew between those 2 years. All right, this is what your lesson practice looks like. That is part of your assignment. Subtracting decimal numbers. Don't forget to line up your decimal spots. So if I'm looking at A here, I need to line up 0.3 and 0.15. Don't forget to line up where the two decimals end up. Okay? And then don't forget also then to add your 0 to make it a little bit easier to solve the problems.